It's crazy to me that the MLB season's already over. The playoffs start literally today, so I want to make sure that I get my predictions video, my bracket video up before the playoffs start. If you've made it to this video, in the comment section, I really want to know your World Series winner, maybe World Series matchup, but any and all predictions for the 2023 postseason. Let's see them. Let's talk about it down in the comment section. As always, if you're here watching, let me know by dropping a like. You can subscribe for daily uploads on the channel, and let's just go ahead and get right into these predictions. Now, you might remember a couple years ago when I did my predictions, I got every single pick wrong. So my goal for today, let's get at least one pick right in these predictions. But right away, Orioles got to buy into the ALDS. To see who's playing the Orioles, we have the Rays versus the Rangers. Now we can see the Rays are the higher seed, and how that works in the wild card. The higher seed is home for the best of 3 series. There's games Tuesday, Wednesday, today's Tuesday obviously, and then if necessary, if a team doesn't just win the first 2, then they'll play a game 3 on Thursday. But the higher seed in the wild card round has home field advantage, so that's one thing to keep in mind. For example, Rays versus Rangers. Okay, the Rays are the home team, but I feel like I gotta go with the Rangers here. They just have some young talent. They got guys like Corey Seager. I really think that the Rangers are gonna surprise some people, and for me, I'm rooting for my boy Corey Seager. I'm picking the Rangers to move on. They're going to steal the series in Tampa Bay. This is going to be the game changer that forces Tampa Bay to finally move their stadium to where the fans actually want it. But I'm just going to go ahead and have the Rangers beating the Rays. I could really see the Rays winning this. They got 99 wins. Orioles had 101. That's such a tough division. I would not be surprised at all if the Rays won it, but I got to stick with my gut. I'm going with the Rangers. Now, the next one that we have is the Twins versus Blue Jays. And if I remember correctly, the Minnesota Twins are 0-18 in their last 18 playoff games. It's something crazy like that. I don't remember the exact number, but they just have been struggling and struggling and struggling. The Blue Jays, 89 wins, barely sneaking in as a wild card team, so the Twins do have home field advantage. I myself am a Twin, so I feel like I got a little bit of bias towards the Twins, but I gotta think that at some point they're eventually gonna win a playoff game. They're eventually gonna win a playoff series. And the Blue Jays, they've had some inconsistencies with their hitting. Some guys haven't performed maybe how they wanted them to, off and on type stuff. And with home field advantage in Target Field, I'm gonna pick the Twins. I know it might be kind of crazy, but I'm gonna have the Twins moving on to the division series and facing the Astros. So we'll see if it actually happens. We'll see if the Twins keep choking, or if this is finally the year that things change. But like we said, Astros have a bye. That's who the Twins and Blue Jays are fighting for, who gets to play them. And that's our American League Division Series matchups that we have. I'm gonna probably do all the wild card, all the division series, and just go like that. So now we're on to the National League. The Braves, probably the World Series front runner for a lot of people. 104 wins. A lot of people I saw, probably jokingly, but how could everybody on that team be doing good? There's no way they could do that good without cheating. This Braves team is something else though, man. Top to bottom, this is what happens when you invest in young talent and show them that you believe in them. The Braves are doing something right. Clearly 104 wins, they got to buy. So who is the lucky team that gets to play him? Phillies got home field advantage versus the Marlins. And the Marlins got some fun guys to watch, but the Phillies made it all the way to the World Series last year. And I know the Marlins could surprise some people. It's a division rivalry. I just don't think they're quite there yet, especially with all the veteran talent, all the guys that made it to the World Series last year back, hungry for vengeance. They don't want to lose again this year. I think the Phillies are going to be riding so much high energy, so much momentum. I just think the Phillies are probably going to mollywop the Marlins, man. I think the Phillies easily move on to face the Braves. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm a Cardinals fan. My parents are from the St. Louis area. But even though I'm from Wisconsin and a Cardinals fan. I still got some love for my hometown team. I'm still a Brewers fan a little bit. I think the Diamondbacks are a very fun team. I would not be surprised at all if the Diamondbacks snuck down and took a win in this series to move on and face the Dodgers. But because the Brewers have home field advantage, I know just how amazing that crowd can be, how good the energy can be. It sucks that Brandon Woodruff is going to be out for that series, but I don't know. The Brewers have been playing pretty well. They got some good pitching. They got some good hitting. Yelich, kind of like Belly, having a bit of a resurgence year. Not quite as good as Cody Bellinger, but I'm going to pick the Brewers. Maybe a little bit biased being from Wisconsin. I'm going to have the Brewers moving on versus the Diamondbacks to face the Dodgers. And these are the division series matchups that I have. Now, this is where things really can start getting exciting. The division series teams start traveling, battling for a chance to move to the championship series. Orioles versus Rangers. I don't think I can pick against the Orioles. Just with all the young talent they have, the way they've been playing this year, I don't think anybody expected them to probably get into the playoffs at the start of the season, maybe having a chance. But to win that division, to have 101 wins, I really don't know if anybody could have seen that coming. I think they're going to ride that momentum easily into the championship series. But it's always a little bit tough because teams do have momentum coming out of the wild card. The Orioles are sitting here with a bye, and the Rangers, say they win that wild card series like we predicted, they're gonna have played. They're gonna be coming off a series win, going into going into Baltimore with some momentum. So I think that some of these series, especially the ones where teams had a bye, I think they could be closer than we might think they will be, just because of momentum coming off a series win. But I just don't see any of these teams beating the Orioles. Maybe the Rays, though, because the Rays are pretty solid. But if it's the Rangers here, I think I'm picking the Orioles all day. And so if the Orioles are in the ALCS, who's going to play them to go to the World Series? Right now, for me, it's Twins versus Astros. And keep in mind, the Astros did have a bye round, okay? So because the Astros had a bye round, the Twins, coming off that first playoff series win in a while, the first playoff win in a while, they might have some momentum. I know the Astros find a way to make the championship series every year, but as a Twin myself, how this channel got its name, I'm going to keep rocking with the Twins. We got the ALCS as the Orioles versus Twins. What if the Twins don't even win the wild card series, man? Oh my goodness. But hey, that's what we got right now. ALCS matchup is set. Orioles and Twins battling to see who goes to that World Series. Phillies back looking for vengeance. They lost in the World Series last year. They don't want to not make it to the World Series this year, but they have to go through the Braves. They have one of, if not the toughest routes to the World Series, having to face the Braves in the division series if they get there, and then having to face whoever makes it on the other side of the National League. But I really don't think I see a team beating the Braves, especially with home field advantage in that series. I think I have to go with the Braves right here. I know it's sometimes not as fun to go with just only the top seeds, but I really don't know if I see a team beating the Braves to make it to the championship series. Now, Brewers versus Dodgers. Final matchup that we're predicting before the championship series. I would love to pick the Dodgers, but they just choke in the playoffs every year. I know they got 100 wins, but this is the year where the Brewers are back fighting to go to the World Series, and our championship matchups are set. It's going to be the Orioles and Twins in the American League Championship Series, and the Braves and the Brewers in the National League Championship Series. And the Twins, they're finally in the playoffs, making a push, making a run. They have some wins under their belts, but they're not going to keep it going. You really think the Twins could beat the Orioles? No shot. Orioles in 4 all the way to the World Series, and people are going to be surprised. I know it might not seem super likely, but the Braves, they're about to run out of gas. Championship series, they're going to be tired. They're going to lose their momentum, and the Brewers are going to end up facing the Orioles in the World Series. I know it might sound crazy, but y'all got to trust me. Just like the Black Eyed Peas, I got a feeling. World Series for 2023, Orioles versus Brewers. The Brewers, there's no way they're going to take it home. The Orioles are just too good, and the Orioles are my pick for for the 2023 World Series champions. Please let me know your pick down in the comment section. What do you think about my bracket? Is it going to be another one where I get 0 picks correctly? Or is everything going to be perfect? Drop a like, subscribe for daily uploads. I appreciate y'all for watching. I seriously can't wait to see your predictions in the comments. And I'm just excited to watch some playoff baseball. I'll see you in tomorrow's daily upload. Peace out.